In this video, we are going to talk about 7 tips to improve your communication. So before starting this video, please like this video and subscribe to this channel for our future updates. Communication is without a doubt the most significant talent that is required to establish a successful career as a recruiter, and it is without a doubt one of the most critical skills that are required. You are probably aware that possessing strong communication abilities is required for the vast majority of job descriptions you will encounter. You, as a recruiter, are not an exception to this rule. In order to communicate effectively on a daily basis with clients, candidates, hiring managers, and colleagues, you really do need to have top-notch communication skills. Here are the top 7 suggestions for effective communication. Number 7. Communicate clearly and regularly. It is essential to ensure that you remain focused on the topic at hand and provide your audience with all of the pertinent information that they require in order to comprehend your message whenever you communicate verbally or in writing. This is especially true when dealing with technical topics or difficulties that are complicated. It is also essential to maintain consistent communication with the people you have in mind as your audience. Sending reminder emails to coworkers about forthcoming meetings, for instance, can guarantee that they are aware of the event's date and time, allowing them to set aside the appropriate amount of time. Number 6. Improve your nonverbal communication. Understanding what you and others may be trying to say beyond the scope of words requires paying attention to nonverbal cues as well as verbal ones. It is important to pay attention to a person's tone of voice as well as their body language and facial expressions. It's possible that what they are saying and what they are doing is communicating 2 different ideas. Making and maintaining eye contact is an essential component of nonverbal communication. Your ability to communicate effectively can be improved by doing something as straightforward as maintaining eye contact when you are speaking and listening. Number 5. Paraphrase the conversation. It's not uncommon for meetings and drawn-out conversations to spiral out of control or take an unexpected turn. It's not a terrible thing. Some of the best ideas can come out of meandering down a road that started somewhere else. However, this can make communication more difficult for people who are listening to what is being said. Do not be hesitant to interject questions at any point in the conversation in order to ensure that you fully comprehend everything being said. Either try to clarify the major aspects of the conversation with the person you just spoke with, or try to summarize it yourself as if you were explaining it to a friend. If you find yourself struggling with this, it sounds like you could use additional clarity. This is one of the most effective tools for preventing misunderstandings in communication and will help you enhance your skills significantly. The more often you perform the task, the less frequently you will need to in the long run. Number 4. Listen. If you want to improve your communication abilities, listening is the single most crucial component, and it's also one of the most difficult components to hone. You should listen to other people at least twice as much as you talk, since you have 2 ears and only 1 mouth. This means that you should listen to other people twice as often as you say. The first step in improving your listening abilities is to become more self-aware of how well you already do them. In the same way that we can educate our brains to speed read or scan enormous documents and pick out the main elements, we can also learn to speed listen and concentrate on the most important aspects of what another person is saying. In response to someone who is conscious of their incapacity to listen well, the website Lifehacker offers some great and useful techniques that can help you improve your listening abilities. You'll have a better understanding of the specifics of the situation if you maintain your composure and pay attention to what's going on around you. This will enable you to be present in the conversation and build rapport with the other person by asking directed questions out of genuine curiosity rather than merely planning what to say next out of politeness. As soon as you begin having this kind of conversation, you will start to feel what the speaker is feeling, which will help you build empathy for other people. It is essential to acquire the skills necessary to become more empathic, since empathy is the bedrock of active listening. Along with being an attentive listener to others, you should also practice communicating in a way that makes it easier for people to hear what you have to say. For instance, do you speak quickly or do you speak slowly while maintaining your articulateness? If you communicate distinctly and with purpose, as well as steer clear of the following common errors, you will see an immediate improvement in communication. Take care not to fill your sentences with instead, pause for a moment to collect your thoughts. Make an effort to stay on the subject and avoid rambling, as this might be an indication that you are easily sidetracked or preoccupied with yourself. Eliminate any nervous tendencies you may have, such as laughing awkwardly or messing with your hair or jewelry, as these behaviors can be quite distracting. Number 3. Take notes and reread. It is a good idea to jot down all of the pertinent bullet points so that you don't forget anything, which is something that is very vital during meetings. Due to a breakdown in communication, crucial deadlines may be missed, projects may be completed incorrectly, or briefs may be misconstrued. Always make a note of significant dates and facts that are discussed in any given conversation. After the chat, during which you probably weren't able to write down every word, be sure to go back through your notes and add any additional information that comes to mind. Think about how much time might go by before you get another chance to look through these notes. Will you be able to make sense of what you've written in the future? Because communication is a two-way street, it is critical that you proofread everything that you give to another person, whether it be in the form of a proposal, a report, or a straightforward email. Before you send the message, double-check that it is understandable and succinct. Be sure to check not just your punctuation and spelling, but also your grammar. Number 2. Think about your audience. This is important to keep in mind when engaging in any kind of communication, whether verbal or written. Take a moment to gather your thoughts and reflect on the other person's identity before beginning a conversation with them. Think about who they are in connection to you, whether they work for the company or not, and their rank there. The next step is to consider previous exchanges you've had with that person. Consider the manner in which they prefer to interact with others. Is it really action-oriented, or does it contain a lot of detail? The next step is to select the most effective method of communication. Would they rather have a fast face-to-face discussion or receive a message by email? Before you've even begun, all of this could appear to take a significant amount of time, but in reality, it won't take you more than a minute, and as you continue to go through the process, you'll become more efficient and familiar with it. Number 1. Learn to speak in public. The ability to speak in front of others, despite the fact that it causes a great deal of fear for many people, is a crucial talent that can also help you enhance your everyday communication abilities. Public speaking will improve your ability to communicate in settings with fewer people as well as in one-on-one settings. The fundamentals are the same, but getting experience in public speaking will help you become more professional and improve your articulation. The key to success is preparation. Do not allow fear to prevent you from speaking openly and intentionally, and do not let it inhibit you. Your goal is to develop and connect with the audience, regardless of whether you are speaking at a major conference or presenting a presentation to a small group of colleagues, and this goal should not change. This piece of advice is useful for getting some experience, but it's also valuable for knowing how different audiences can have varied communication styles and expectations. You will be able to exhibit your ability to communicate with people from many walks of life if you speak in front of a variety of different groups of people. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video and want to hear from me again, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go. Thanks for watching.